On the 24th of January 1995, Fergus McCann and his new board launched a share issue for the newly created public limited company of Celtic. McCann had ignored warnings, but it would not succeed.
Eventually, I think they bought the idea that the change had to take place. They realised there had to be new management. They realised that things had to change. The club had to be financially underpinned properly, and it had to be managed correctly, and there had to be a new Celtic Park. They knew all those things had to happen. They didn't know much about me, but if there was someone like me who was a supporter who was going to put up the money, say, well, why not? So they say, well, okay, fine. If I'm going to take that risk, why shouldn't I be given the support? And I think they were very supportive. What it really mattered, though, was when I went, after just losing to Raith Rovers in a League Cup final, and having many, many doomsayers saying you'll never raise money from supporters. They'll talk a lot, but they won't put their hand in their pocket, and they'll all say they're supporters for life, but they won't be there where the money is required. We did a share issue, as you know, in the end of '94, beginning of '95, and it was oversubscribed. I remember the night before the deadline, and I think it was at £10 million was raised by the fans, and I know that Dermot Desmond put another £4 million in. He put on a substantial amount at that time, and he came into the club as a director at that point. But I was standing there looking out the window on the Jockstein Lounge, my office was, a Friday night, pouring rain. And there was a lot of talk in the papers, you know, this is going to happen, and the people lined up waiting to invest before the deadline. And I said to myself, you know, it was such a daunting moment that I felt, you know, I can never let these people down. And that had to be a big part of my thinking over the next 5 years. I cannot waste these people's money. It's not just my money. They're putting a lot of faith in me personally and in the club. As you know, I think about 12,000 fans came up with cash. No other club has had that happen.